guys, it's Chelsea with Binkies and Bobbles, and we are going to do another Halloween makeup tutorial today. I'm going to do a leopard print eye makeup. If you've seen our last makeup tutorial, it was a vampire lip art, so go check that out if you're not into the kitty cats. But I'm going to start with just a cream color base. This one is a Chanel paint pot. It's just a light pink, and we're just going to put it all over the lid. This is just going to prime our eye. It's going to give it a little bit of color, a little bit of sparkle. It's going to help all of the products stay. So for this particular eye, it's really important that you do want to be using some type of water resistant cream base that will dry, because you don't want anything moving. And the other products that we're using are also going to be waterproof so that they don't smudge throughout the day. Okay. So like I said, this particular product is a Chanel cream color base. And let me see, this one is Lilas D'Or. And I don't speak French, so I can never pronounce any of their names. But it's an iridescent pink. And again, we're just going to cover it all over. These do come with little brushes, but as you can see, I'm using my own brush just because I feel like a bigger brush picks up more product and blends it a little bit better. And I got a little bit of a chunk, so I'm just going to smooth that out. Okay. So I love to just throw in a little cat ear or something like that with this eye. We will be doing a little bit of a winged liner with this, but I'm not doing like the whiskers or anything. I'm not a full face makeup costume kind of girl these days, especially when I'm running around with the kids. We're gonna go trick-or-treating right now with our little friends, and then, you know, I'm gonna have to take them to dinner and to the grocery store and all that kind of stuff. So I don't really want to look like a cat all day. I put my sunglasses on or something, you know, it's just a little bit of fun without being too overly aggressive. Okay, so then you have two options to do the next part. I like to use another cream eyeshadow. You could also use a soft pencil eyeliner, and we're gonna put the spots on. So I'm gonna go in, this is another Chanel cream liner. This one's a brown Terre Brulee, and we're just gonna start putting some spots on just randomly throughout. And I'm just using a pencil brush because you kind of want it to come to a point to give it the spot effect. Those ones are a little close together. You don't really want them too close together. Okay. So if you were using a pencil, you would just be doing the same thing, putting your dots on, and then you'd probably want to smudge them out a little bit. I'll go in right in here. And they don't have to be perfectly round. It's one of the things I love about this look is that with the leopard print is it can be kind of messy. It just doesn't have to be perfect, because once you start outlining the dots, everything is uneven anyway. Okay. All right, so for the sake of keeping the tutorial short, I'm gonna go ahead and just do one eye with the spots, and then I'll show you guys the finished product when I'm all done. But I'm sure you guys love watching me just put spots all over my eyes. Okay. All right, so next we're gonna need a black liquid liner. Again, you want it waterproof. I'm gonna be using Boot Black from MAC. You could use a cream liner too, as long as it's waterproof and you have a really fine tip. applicator. So then we're just going to go around the dots and make really uneven leopard looking spots. So I've done this with color before. You can do like a bright color spots, or you can do a bright color or a bright metallic shadow underneath. You can also like not do it on the eye, you can do it like on the forehead, or you know, wherever else you want to do it. When you're doing the lower lid, you do want to let it dry before you blink. So try and keep your lid flat. So see how if you put them too close together, that once you put the black on, they kind of merge together. So that's why you want to give it a little bit of space. Oops, sorry. What's great is even if you aren't good with liquid liner, it doesn't matter because these are such messy spots. The more the uneven and the more like real spots they look like. Okay. See, we got one more in there. All right. So then I'm going to go in with the glitter, with a glitter pencil. This is the Super Slick Liquid Eyeliner, also from MAC. It's a gold tip. And I'm just going to go in the center of each of them and just give it a little bit of dimension. Because if you follow me, you already know how much I'm obsessed with glitter. So you don't have to add the glitter part if you don't want to. But there is no other perfect time to wear glitter than Halloween. All right, there we go. So now we're gonna do the cat liner, and I'm gonna show you how I like to kind of find my perfect line. I take a nice flat, stiff eyeshadow brush, so you can see, let's see, so it's nice and flat. I'm gonna take the concealer that I used under my eye, and I'm just gonna get a little bit just right on the tip, and then I'm gonna go underneath and just follow along and create a line. So it's very faint, but you can kind of see it. I'll do it a little heavier just so you can see. There we go. Okay, so now when I go in with my liquid liner, I'm going to follow that line. I'm doing this in the phone camera. Okay. I am not a big fan of cat liner. You'll see that I don't use it very often. I don't really like it with the shape of my eyes, and I think maybe just when I was working at the makeup counter we wore it so often that I just got so tired of it. But once it's on, you can just go right back in. You can see how it's very far from perfect. And I just, with the concealer that's under there, just kind of wipe it up. And then I just buff out the concealer. And then I just finish the liner. And I am not a one swoop girl, so I go in with small dots. And then I try and connect them after. Just doing this in a phone camera is not that easy. Alright. So now I'm going to put on mascara and lashes and do the other side. And then we will be ready to rock and roll. Okay guys, so I'm back. I've got the other eye done. I decided to add a couple more in here to even it out and a couple more down here just to kind of take it outside of the eye a little bit. And then I also, on a whim, just decided that I was going to take the gold liner and just wing it like right on top of the wing. Only like 3/4 of the way through though. I didn't do it all the way because that was just too much work. But now we're just going to top it off with mascara. I probably will only do the top lashes of the mascara just to kind of help that the winged liner stick out a little bit more, and I'll just be a little bit more dramatic. With my everyday makeup I always do my bottom lashes, but today we're going for just the drama on top. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. I hope it gives you some inspiration, some ideas for some Halloween looks over the weekend. I hope everyone is safe. Don't drink and drive. That's what Uber is for. Also, you guys, another great tip for winged liner, if it's something that's hard to do for you, is always start with the side that's the hardest. If you do your perfect liner first, trying to make your other eye look perfect along with it can kind of be a challenge. So if you start with, usually when you have to flip your hand, it's a little bit harder because you don't have the same coordination. So if you do the opposite one first, then when you go to do your easy one, you can kind of easily make it match it. So that way you don't end up with one really thick and one really thin, or one really high, one really low, you know, all the different ways that the winged liner can go wrong. But all right, everybody have a perfect Halloween.